every month I always see a bunch of YouTubers and people I follow doing a monthly roundup of their own favorites. So I thought, it's March, it's my birth month, so why not share all the things I loved about this month and also things that inspired me and kind of kept me going this month to kind of inspire you as well. So I've written everything down here. I have been very much interested in medieval inspired aesthetics lately. I have been thrifting very medieval inspired items like this gray shawl that I wore in my recent outfit video that I hope I posted before this. It is so cool. I was immediately drawn to the way it was knit and I had to have it, and I got it at such a steal of I think 500 or 600 pesos, which is amazing. I also have a surprising amount of Okay, so technically I would categorize these three pairs specifically to be very medieval inspired. So let's start with the first one. I got this in Hong Kong at 900 Hong Kong dollars. It is this beautiful little like fake boot, and I would classify this as medieval inspired because I don't know, it kind of serves like, it looks like something like a really wacky little medieval wizard would wear under his robes. I also have this very much beloved overused pair of kitten heels from Zara. I've had this for maybe 2 years now. I think 2 years. I am not sure. Around 2 years now. It has been in my wardrobe for so long. You can already even see the scuff marks if you look very closely, especially around the side of the heel because I wear it literally everywhere. So I have this thing called walking heels, and this has been my pair of walking heels since I retired my other pair of Mary Jane. Lastly, I also thrifted alongside that gray shawl this beautiful pair of very much ever after-esque inspired shoes. I do not know what came over me when I saw this pair. I just had to have it. It's actually a size too small for my feet, but it's so beautiful that I just had to get. It has already some wear and tear, but I hope to be using it for like a future ball, perhaps a little ball. If you haven't seen my vlog before, I think it fits very well with this whole medieval revival happening nowadays when everyone's so obsessed with movies like Ella Enchanted, Ever After, and even Shrek 3. I've been really obsessed with costume history lately, and as a little treat to myself, I decided to buy this book by Auguste Racinet. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it's this book apparently approved by Vogue because they say some books just scream out to be bought, and this is one of them. And I actually agree because this was an impulse purchase, but it's basically like a little recap of all the different, well, I'm holding that wrong, all the different bits of historical knowledge captured by this writer. And I think this is a republishing and like kind of revamping and coloring of his work. So I had to get it because I've been studying the Regency era. I'm very much inspired by it recently, especially since I started joining a LARP society, just because I really love them and they're so cool and so chill. So, I thought, why not try it out, especially because Bridgerton was trending at the time. I wanted to learn much more about it and see, where my interest would lead me. I'm not sure if you can hear it right now, but there are birds chirping, and every time this happens, I always feel like a Disney princess, and it helps that I'm wearing this like beautiful little like, honestly, princessy dress. I'm also very obsessed with old looking journals. I think this kind of ties in with my whole like medieval essence that I've been trying to emulate. Honestly, guys, I love all these European aesthetics, but sometimes it's like hard to keep up. So I try not to pressure myself so much anymore to keeping up with it. Although I will admit I have been obsessed with the medieval aesthetic to some extent that even the journal I chose is also very medieval in its own right. And I think that's just sums up how I feel about vintage. So I had my birthday party recently, and the theme was vampires that run the night, but it accidentally turned into this teleseria inspired sort of setup just because my lola's home is very much teleseria core. I can't believe I said those words. My house looks like a teleseria set, my grandmother's house specifically. But to kind of spice up the vampire themed night, I had decided to serve martinis and red wine. And I decided, my audio cut off in the last video, so I had to reset and shoot a different video, and now I'm back. So where I last left off, I was talking about the drinks that I was serving at my birthday party. I wanted a vampire themed birthday, so I ended up, kind of pouring glitter into all of the drinks to kind of give it that, I would say, Twilight inspired essence, or rather, how their nectar looks. I don't know. It ended up turning out really well, is what I'm trying to say. It looks absolutely beautiful. whenever you add some gold glitters to your drink. So I highly recommend that. I have been thrifting a lot lately. Some of the things that I love, aside from what I already showed you, are the ginkgo leaves I have collected over the years, as well as the cameo brooches and pendants. And one of the greatest examples is that I also have this beautiful little ginkgo trinket box. You can hear everything shifting around. It's a little loose, but I'm going to fix that. I love collecting ginkgo leaves. I don't know why, but I feel connected to them. Maybe because they just are here by proximity, or maybe because it has a lot to do with the Art Deco, Art Nouveau movements, which inspire me very much in every aspect of my life. I have been really into organic shapes as well. So, those bangles that have been trending on Pinterest, I have been on that since last year. And also this little ginkgo necklace that I've had for a long time, paired with a, it's not here right now, but it's a ginkgo bracelet from Michael McCod. These two pieces actually are from him. Very good, very beautiful. I love it so much. I have also been researching a lot about wedding cultures in my country because, again, I am a fashion designer. I may not show it a lot, but I have been trying to put up my own atelier for a while now. And until then, I'm not yet really ready to share everything about it. Besides the point, I've been studying to prepare for my future clients. So, some of the things I realized about wedding culture in the Philippines is that we tend to incorporate our parents a lot in the decision making because they have the money for the most part to pay for everything. Because, unlike the Europeans and Americans, we are not as self funded as they like to think we are. We have a bit of a different culture that's a little bit more dependent on parents, which actually has its own pros and cons. Pros being, we don't have to spend as much and we don't have to move out at 18 and be kicked to the streets the way Americans have to suffer. I don't know how they survive over there. But on the con side, we are a little bit more controlled by our parents, and it does in fact reflect in our wedding culture here because a lot of the times the moms want everything to match their vision, not just the brides, especially when it comes to the silhouettes. Nothing can be too sexy. And of course, we are holding it in churches much more than we are having regular non-church ceremony. Aside from the overwhelming pressures of parents during wedding season, we also look at the different superstitions that follow weddings here in the Philippines. I would love to do a bigger video about this because it's actually very interesting to me. Because, despite being a very Catholic country, we still have our own superstitions, things that we fear on the daily, and more so in wedding culture. Did you know that apparently brides are not really allowed to wear pearls here in the Philippines on their wedding day because the pearls come from the sea, which symbolize the tears, and apparently wearing pearls make it so that you end up crying on your wedding day or your wedding night. So the moms usually recommend pearlescent beads rather than actual pearls to kind of mitigate that superstition. Another superstition is, aside from not being able to see the bride before the wedding day, a lot of moms and a lot of brides prefer to not see the full gown or the full look before the actual day of the ceremony. I don't really know where this stems from. I just know that a lot of them prefer not to have a complete dress when proceeding with the final fittings. I've seen that at my last job, and I've seen it in my own clients, and I've seen it in my mom's own recounting of her stories that she only fit her dress once, and the next time she saw it, it was already her wedding day, which I honestly don't know how she did without losing her mind. Speaking of my mom, she got me a bunch of really cute birthday gifts, and one of it is actually this cute little Birkin bag. A few months ago, I think, or maybe last year, somewhere around last year, she had gotten this bag from her friend who loves to do arts and crafts. So technically, she's not actually selling this. It was just more like a hobby to her. And she asked me to post this photo of her Birkin dupe, which is basically a crocheted or knitted dupe of the Birkin silhouette. I actually found it so cool. And my mom was like, "Do you want one too?" And I agreed, and I said, "Let's make it in green." And here it is. It's so cute. It even has the same hardware. I'm not sure where she sourced this, but she did a really good job imitating the silhouette of the Birkin. I find that super cool. So I only read a total of 2 books in the last 3 months because I've been stuck on the picture of Dorian Gray. But in March, I was able to finish one book in like 5 days, which is The Gods Will Sing Our Song by my good friend Autumn Krause. It is a fantasy sort of reimagining of the experiences of Japanese Americans during World War II, intertwined with mythology and fiction. And I found it to be such a beautiful book. Without saying too many spoilers, I think the experience that Autumn's grandparents had was translated so well. incorporated so seamlessly into this book, because not only was I absolutely locked in from page one, but I also still found a way to empathize to a situation I've never been in. And I think it is such a timely piece to have been released at this time, considering everything going on with the wars, multiple. And I think it serves as an important reminder to not forget our humanity, and to not forget our kindness, and to not forget our history. So thank you, Autumn, for sending me that ARC. And to anyone interested in the book, you can save it on Goodreads. You can also follow Autumn or me for more updates, because I'll be posting it because I'm part of the street team. And also, if you look at her recent books like Grave Flowers and this one, you'll notice that a little someone is mentioned in the acknowledgements. So this is a little bit of a biased shout out. But to be fair, I have been reading her books seriously, like for the last however many years. Love it. I love Dress for a Wicked. That was the first time I read her book. So yeah, highly recommend it. That is literally the only book I read in March. I did watch a lot of movies recently. Special shout out to Project Hail Mary. I'm not really one for sci-fi films like Interstellar, but this one in particular, I really loved, because it did not back down from the concept. I really liked it from start to finish, and also I had a really easy time understanding it, despite the fact I'm not really a scientific kind of nerd. And I also really like the ending. Again, no spoilers here, but beautiful visuals, great acting by everyone involved, totally heartbreaking and really touching. I've been watching a lot of Audrey Hepburn recently, just because in general I'm a huge fan of her. I've always been. I'm more an Audrey girl before I am a Marilyn, but I would like to think I'm in between the two. However, I do love Audrey Hepburn's films a lot more, because I think the elegance of it and the fashion in each film speaks to me. Particularly, my first experience with her was My Fair Lady, because my grandfather made me watch it when my phone broke. And ever since, I've been in love with her. I've attended exhibits inspired by her. I've attended all kinds of things inspired by her. I've went to cafes trying to recreate her moment. Recently, I watched Paris When It Sizzles and Charade. I really liked Paris When It Sizzles because it is not afraid to make fun of itself, which I really appreciated. It was a really great book. And Charade was also great as well. I think the only takeaway I have is that I need to make a video basically cataloging every time she does her own like scream, because she has a very, very specific scream.
Reggie?
Got you.
It's either she screams or she starts singing out of nowhere. Like sometimes she'll do the most normal movie and out of nowhere she'll start singing, which also goes the same for Marilyn. But I find it super amusing every time they find a way to incorporate Audrey Hepburn screaming in a film. I have been watching a lot of mockumentaries. I'm a huge fan of mockumentaries, and recently I discovered St. Denis Medical. If you don't know, Superstore is like this TV show following people working at a superstore. Yes. And the showrunners, I forgot their names, they decided to kind of make a new one, this time inspired by working at a hospital, and that's called St. Denis Medical. And they took on the Filipino guy and also the Hawaiian lady. And it is a beautiful show. I love it so much. It is so hilarious. I think my favorite character, if you watch the show, is Bruce. Just because he's so freaking funny. And like I love every time he shows up on screen, because you just know he's about to say the most absurd thing ever. And also like clock everyone's shit because he's so funny. I think he's hilarious, and I loved his character development throughout the first 2 seasons, and I hope to see more of him. I hope they don't write him out at all, because he's the best. He's really the best. Okay, last TV show I have been binge watching, and I just finished in this same day this TV show called The Other Bennett Sister. So I'm a huge fan of Regency aesthetics, and I love Pride and Prejudice. Even if I could never finish the writing of Jane Austen, I still love the movies. I love the adaptations. I love anything to do with the Regency. And I recently discovered that there's this TV show called The Other Bennett Sister, following the character of Mary Bennett after all of her sisters get married off and shipped off to their husbands, and like what happens to her. Is she a spinster? Does she find love? And I absolutely adored the plot line, because it not only expounded on Pride and Prejudice from Mary's perspective, but it also like ended the story there and continued from the end of Pride and Prejudice. And it got so interesting because there were so many new characters involved and some even came back. My favorite side character in this, I know it should be the main character, but my favorite side character is actually Mr. Darcy because he is true to form. He is such a jerk. I love him so much. I think his characterization in this TV show is so comical because it's like every time Mr. Collins shows up, he is always so angry and like he always like pivots every time he sees all of this Bennett sisters together with the mom. He like panics and he like exits and he barely shows up, but every time he shows up on screen, he's a scene stealer. He's so hilarious and so handsome. And like there's this one clip of him with Lizzie Bennett and they were leaving the house in the carriage and he was like holding her hands like this and I was so kilig frankly because like they look so cute together. Like I think the way he reacts to people, especially Mr. Collins, and the mom is so relatable because I get it. The mom is super irritating in this show, by the way. But surprisingly, Mr. Collins surprisingly becomes like a pretty cool guy, like towards like the middle. He has a soft spot for Mary Bennett, and I found that so adorable because even if there was zero romantic tension between them, they had like this like camaraderie, this like understanding that they're a bit eccentric, but like happiness, as they said in the show, is in their own hands, and that's like all that the show is about. It's about Mary escaping her family and like running away through London and just like having so much fun and being herself truly and like finding herself. And I found it so relatable because I grew up feeling like Mary. If you love Bridgerton but also prefer the more original aesthetics of Regency period romance, so a lot less sci-fi reimaginings of Regency, but a lot more of like that yearning, and not just for another person but also for life, a yearning for knowledge and a yearning for just like true identity. And I love it so much. It's so wholesome. 10 out of 10. And that's pretty much everything that has been inspiring me for the month of March. There's so much more I probably missed because I went through a lot this month, like a lot of good things actually. So far, this is what I can remember, and if I think of more, I'll probably fit it into the April video, which I hope to do. I'm not sure if I'll do this again, or maybe I'll do this like once a year because it's March. That's the end of this video. If you liked it, you can subscribe and comment below. Please comment below something nice, like encourage me to make more of this because I do need the motivation, frankly. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.